Greetings, I'm Demonac, and it's arena time. Apparently I'm not the only one who's having a hard time coming up with a name for just the position of being 2-1 in the arena. It feels to me like something that should have a name, but Briarstone was thinking in lines of the flop in the river from poker. I think, yeah, I can see where he's coming from, but it's something that tends to come up every time, but it's not actually part of the game that you have to go 2-1. You could have 2 losses in a row, or you could have 3 wins, and just avoid the whole thing. But usually you don't. It's like a trap you fall into. I don't know. Call it the pizza, like 2-for-1 pizza. It's also quite lame. Well, that's pretty easy to choose. We have 2 expensive things and 1 reasonable thing. Yeah, Leper Gnome. Leper Gnome's good first turn play a lot of the time. So I don't tend to play with them a lot in my decks because as efficient as he mostly is, I mean, you pay 1 mana, do 2 damage to your opponent, and also get a 2-1. That is how it works the majority of the time. Ah, damn it. That was pretty obnoxious. But, yeah, the problem is the Leper Gnome is still like a card that isn't likely to win any exchanges. As much as I'd like for him to not, as much as I'd love to draw a card, I'm pretty sure I've got to kill him, because otherwise the damage is going to add up really fast. So that's poor. I could play a Void Terror as a 3-3 next turn, which might actually not be that bad an option. Or I could draw a card. Play an Arcane Golem. That would be a horrible option. That would be really stupid right now, I think. Just play a 3-3 Void Terror. I guess I should probably draw a card. The situation is far from urgent, which is a 1-1 out there. So you can get all kinds of free cards that aren't costing him 2 life, even if they're just totems. Power overwhelming. Well, I do think the thing to do now is this. Even though he can trade his 1-1 totem for my 2-1, which is poor, this is still certainly the card to put out. Hey, there's a victim for silence. So it's a given that I'm going to kill that, I think. I need to silence this guy.
So many possibilities.
I mean, I could play the Kodo and blow that up and then do nothing, let him have a 4-7 out there. It's not going to help. Now, I could play the Owl, silence this, kill that, and then I could eat them both with the Void Terror, and it would become a 5-7.
So many possibilities.
A 7-8, and this would be a 4-4. I think I'm going to end up doing that. I don't think it's really going to work out very well. I'm sure something bad's going to happen, but we're going to give it a shot. It just feels like I don't normally play with Void Terrors. This certainly feels like the play to make, though. Should I maybe not eat them both and just have 1? No, it won't be tough enough. Actually, yeah, that's true. I'd rather keep the Owl separate because it's another thing out there that can attack and kill him. It's like a fail-safe. I'm only losing 1 toughness by doing that. He's got plenty of attack. The problem is that I'm concerned he's just going to die. So, leaving the Owl separate to kill this is much smarter than my gut instinct, which is like, Void! And just like, eat everything. Okay. Duh! Of course, I would have been too big for that, but he wouldn't have had to do that. He might have had some other solution to it, so there's no winning there. I could do Power Overwhelming, Smash, Void Terror, but I think this is a perfect time for this guy. That is very efficient. It lets me save my options for later. I've got a Shadow Bolt now, which is pretty good. Although this guy is only usable on certain things. That was a perfect occasion where he didn't even have a totem out to eat it. So, it definitely seemed like the time to play him.
I wonder.
Ow. That's pretty ugly. So, use that. This might be one to power overwhelming. That would get him up to 9 hit points, so he would survive with 3 and like a million attack. And then I could Void Terror him. And I'll probably play this guy and not eat him. Because again, I don't want to put all my eggs in one basket there. Wait, if I do that I can't power overwhelming. That was stupid. Okay. Fair enough. As in stupid enough. Fine then, I'm just going to draw more cards. I'm giving him control of the situation, which I don't like. I was going to have a huge Void Terror and he'd have no minions out, but... I get like, it's not that I can't do math. It's like I get optimistic, I just think I know what's going on, and I don't really do the math. Okay, bouncing the Fire Elemental is really bad. Like, seriously? Ugh. He's so big I can't even just power overwhelming through him. Because that would only be 6 damage. Ugh. Now I could do it with him.
I wonder.
7 mana, he comes out and is gigantic. Flattens this thing. Actually barely kills it. He's got 8 attack versus its 7 defense. And then I can void or eat that. Probably gonna do that.
Hey, give me a minute.
Now, do I want... I think I want to keep this guy separate again. I don't really want to eat him with the Void Terror. Having a separate target out there is good, because him plus the Shadow Bolt could kill the Fire Elemental.
Your magic shall not save.
More silence. There's going to be so much silence in the environment right now. People are going to prioritize these guys really high because of there's so much Death Rattle and stuff that came out in Noxramas. I think it's time to try and go more offense and protect it with him. I'm gonna Undertaker, because why not? Actually, based on the mana count, I can draw a card first, so let's do that. But I think I'm just gonna, yeah, just gonna play through here. We're going to kill this just in case, and we're not going to kill him just in case. We're going to try and inflict some damage for once. Yeah. This is one of the reasons I don't normally use Void Terrors, because there's a lot that can go wrong. But when they get silenced, you still have a 3/3. It's just that you ate those other guys. If you're eating something you power overwhelming, then it sort of breaks even. Like you're not losing too much, even if it gets silenced. And if they don't have a solution, then you can go crazy. That sucks. Friggin' Flame Tongues. Ugh. Oh, where were you all my life? Okay. So, Shadow Bolt does 4. He does 1 damage to everything. So he's going to kill my Imp, but he allows this to kill that, and he allows my Shadow Bolt to kill that. So I think that's the way to go.
So many possibilities.
Hey, give me a minute.
So we'll give that a try. Now, this guy is not normally just like the perfect thing for the job, but he was pretty darn good for that turn. Totem. Mega Taunt. Okay. Pilot Teacher. I've used most of my spells by now, so that's probably not going to help too much. I don't think that I need the 1/1 taunt. I think I need the extra damage more. So we're going to do that. Smash. 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 War Golem. And I don't think the Web Lord is going to help particularly, but actually I should draw the card instead, which means I should have done it first, but ooh. Power overwhelming. So that gives me, next turn I could maybe do her, then do this on something else. He's got a lot of cards, but he has a lot of stuff to stop to avoid dying. Oh, that was a big chunk of it. He's still in trouble, though. And by in trouble, I mean dead. In fact, I'm not even going to use her, because she's my backup for just going for the win. But really, I've got tons of damage.
Hey, give me a minute.
Okay. Well, got things under control there. That was one of the better infernals I've had. Got what I paid for that time. But yeah, there's so much risk in those void things. Void Terror is always just putting a lot of eggs in one basket. It seems like, oh, it's huge and impressive, but silence will effectively kill whatever you ate. If you want to look at it that way.
You asked for it.
Your soul shall be mine!
And of course they're vulnerable to just anything that kills big stuff. There aren't that many things that only kill big stuff, though. Which is why they're not that bad. Just keep these guys. I'm tempted to pitch him for something cheaper, but I'll probably get screwed, so I'm not going to. Wow, that didn't help. I was much better off with the Sea Giant, who might have come out for 6 or something and been larger. Is there any value to coining out the Web Lord? It would let me just sit there and draw a card next turn. I mean, what are the chances that her early plays are battle cries? I have no idea. The earlier he comes out, the more annoying he is. I've also got 2 4-cost things, so I could, on turn 3, I could coin out one of them. I think I'm going to leave it. I don't think it's worth my coin. Let's find out how wrong I am. Yeah, see, no battle cry, so it didn't really make a difference. Suppose I could have coined out the Wolf Rider to kill that guy, but it doesn't seem overly worthwhile. Even though it would waste his death rattle, it's like, for what? So do we have some duplicate going on, or is it a silence? It's an interesting question. Let's see if it's a counterspell or something. Nope. Then Void Caller.
From the void I come.
I'm going to hit this guy for 1, even though it's not necessarily particularly worthwhile. I don't want to be in a situation where the Void Caller dies without hitting him, and I haven't been starting to wear him down. That's what it is. So if I just get to attack with Void Caller and kill him, then fine. That was like a waste of stuff. But otherwise, there's some value. Okay. So I can get a free Void Terror with this. It won't get the, it won't power up. I gotta kill this guy anyway. If she's got a duplicate, she's got a duplicate. Yeah. That's a lot of that cheap guy. But now... So I think I'm going to use the Direwolf. I could use the Dark Iron Dwarf to boost him. But I think I'm going to save that, because the Direwolf will do the job on its own. I'm going to get a free one of these. I'm going to draw a card then. To the void. It's fairly apt since he whipped out a different void thing. So I don't know how efficient that was. It's hard to seem efficient compared to duplicate, but could be worse. You could have duplicated the Yeti. This can be overcome, even if it hurts. So, yeah, this is going to die. This is going to get knocked down to 1. There's not much I can do about that.
Pay attention, class.
Even if there was some way I could do something to keep the 3 hit point guy alive, which there wasn't, he would have just got shot. He would have been pretty close. Okay, so she did spend a precious fireball on that. Could be worse. And now it's Boulder Fist time. She's probably got a polymorph for that, but if she doesn't... Yeah, mirror image is pretty irritating. That'll, like, slow things down a lot. That dude. Okay. Start wearing him down. That's not a great sign. Okay. Is it worth giving her an extra mana to start getting rid of that? Oh. Okay, that's not as bad. I was thinking I was going to do both the charge guys, use him and this guy to take out the images, and then trade this thing for that. But now I've got a Shadow Bolt, so nuts to losing stuff-based plans. Right now she thinks she still has... Like, I could use this guy to take that out. Right now she thinks she's still protected by it, though. So maybe I should just draw a card instead. On the other hand, this is 3 mana for next turn when I could be casting him. I think actually I should take that out now, even though she can just shoot him, and even though it means I'm not drawing a card. I've got lots of stuff to cast right now. I don't think that card is a really high priority. Without life tap. Yeah, that's a no-brainer. What do you got for him? Frostbolt. Okay, so he's not attacking. Not ideal. And he can kill him, but would die in the process. Hey, I can get my own. Well, thing to do is still War Golem. I'm gonna run out of fat really soon, though, if she can handle this. If she has a Flame Strike, then she's not doing too bad. Flame Strike, trade, shoot me. That's pretty rough. Not killing it. Ballsy choice. Ooh, Void Terror. I don't think Void Terror is the way to go. But maybe, no. I think what I'm going to be doing is... Well, I was going to Arcane Golem Dark Iron Dwarf and use that to kill that. But now I could Arcane Golem, use the Power Overwhelming, and then eat it. And either way, I'm going to do like 1 billion damage directly to her, is my plan. Now, how big would that Void Terror be? It's getting 8/6 minus 3, so it's getting 8/3. So it's only going to have 6 hit points. It's going to be quite killable. And I don't have I can't protect it with this, because that would be 10 mana plus 1 for the Power Overwhelming. So I can't do that and protect it. Maybe I should save this. Maybe I should just do this plan, even though I'm losing the Arcane Golem. I'm not going to get added stats. Because I'm thinking putting out the Shield Master is actually going to be pretty strong. I can't do that along with this and that. I'd have to waste both it and the Power Overwhelming. If I'm going to do that, I might as well. Whatever. Again, if I figure out what I'm doing with my turn, and there's 2 mana left, I should really be drawing the card earlier in case that changes what I'm doing, but it took me so long to decide what I was doing that that wasn't going to make much difference. So she can easily kill a lot of this stuff. If she does not have a Flame Strike, then she's going to have to spend a lot of her resources to kill either of these two. Like even this takes Spider and a shot or something like that. Spider and a shot's pretty tempting. This guy does 11 damage though. So him plus Tiger. Yeah. Okay, that was worth my Void Terror for sure. I spent a lot of resources on that, but he took out a bunch of stuff. Yeah, no free secret for some reason. It's okay. Sea Giant. Interesting. Okay, first off, can I kill her? The answer is 13 plus 2 is 15, so no. I knew I couldn't kill her, but do the math. Anytime you think it's remotely possible, because sometimes you'll be surprised. So you can play the Undertaker for free if I'm playing him. I'm not even sure I want to. It's just too much. It's just more AoE bait, but it would help fighting these, I guess. This guy is a must, because he'll make it harder to get through all my good stuff. I think it's going to be him, and draw a card. And I'll have this as a surprise. I guess if I'm doing that, I can play him first, too. Because if she doesn't have AoE, why not? But if I'm drawing a card, because that's just going to be 8 mana once he subtracts 1 from that cost, so I'll draw the card now and see. See, that might change my turn. 1, 6, 7, 8. It's only going to leave me with 2 mana. I know this seems like the obvious thing to do, but it's not going to make any difference, so I'm not even going to... I still want the Shield Master is the thing. Oh, wait. I did the math wrong. Or I was doing it in the wrong order. Doing him first makes it easier. Hooray! I had a lot of stuff there. I think killing her forces would have made it much easier to deal with my fatties. So I thought it was a worthwhile gamble that I could just overwhelm her going for the face. Anything short of Flame Strike wouldn't have done much, and by the time I got out this, even the first Sea Giant, I think 1 Flame Strike would also not do enough to make much difference. Okay, that's working out really well. Now I'm doing really well with this run, so we'll see it start to go downhill, most likely next time. Please click the like button before it clicks you. And don't forget to subscribe to Demonac Games for more Hearthstone Arena and other gaming videos.